again. Oh, Tom, take that bloody mask off. Take me to bed.
From 1980. Directed by David Hess, also known as Krug, from Last House on the Left, a controversial movie, and the house on the edge of the park. He plays a disgusting, vile character in those movies, but he delivers. But it's I've seen those movies once, and I don't like. It's too much torture-y, porn like. Nah, it's a torture movie. I don't like that. I really don't like those things with those poor girls in the Last House on the Left. Frustrating with the house on the edge of the park, or why nobody's just bum rushing the guy. Okay, so okay, yeah. That's what I remember. I only saw it once, but and he did direct, or I'm not sure he directed. He was in a slasher movie later on with which had two killers, a supernatural one and a whodunit guy. Overexposed the guy. I guess a 4.6 on IMDb, and actually I'm giving it a 5.5. And I'll tell you why at the end of this video. Um, it's a movie about Christmas, and it's played at a dorm. Location is a big dorm, a beautiful dormitory actually, and uh, a lot of them are going home for Christmas, and a bunch are staying there because their boyfriends are gonna arrive later on, and they're gonna have a little Christmas party with a lot of sex. The house mother stays behind too, so I didn't there were so much characters. I only wrote down the names of the characters because the actors I never heard of them, and eventually at some point they get killed off by a Santa clothed slasher. Yeah. So that's basically the synopsis of the movie. Now, okay, let's talk about the positives. The positives are, and that's why I give it a 5.5. I'll tell it now, is because it's super cheesy. It has a lot of kills, and also a little bit of not same kill, a lot of diversity in the kills. I mean, the other kind of weapons used. It's not always like an axe or something or a knife. A lot of things, and I like that. And it's just cheesy. It's cheesy slasher movie. I mean, uh, the dormitory. Here's the dormitory. You go through a patch of trees and such, and behind that is a large, isolated um, airfield strip where a plane can land, and the boyfriends, they're coming through a plane. I mean, like a fairly big plane, not one of those Cessnas or something like a sport for sport or something. No, really a plane where it looked like at least 20 passengers or more, could be, with the propellers, and it was owned by one of those guys, because all these guys, I believe, are fairly rich, or the one guy's rich. His daddy owns the plane, but there's a pilot, and the guy treats him like shit. and he has to sleep by the plane. But what does this idiot do? Now, if I was that guy, okay, yeah, I'm getting paid. What is this? I would sleep in the plane, right? No, this idiot sleeps outside with a blankie over him. Oh, um, the acting is, like I said, it's cheesy acting, right? You have a guy named Ralph. That's the gardener. He's also there. And now you have two characters that are kind of liking each other. Nancy, I believe Nancy. I could be wrong. And Alex, the nerdy guy with the glasses, but some you would say he's a nerdy guy. And Ralph, that's the caretaker. I mean, the gardener, and he also does a lot of other stuff, but mostly gardening. And he's like the messenger of doom, like Crazy Ralph. Crazy Ralph. And his name is, yeah, Ralph. No, just get to the pitch. Jesus fuck. It's a big rip-off movie, multiple rip-offs. I mean, Friday the 13th.
Well, we're just having a little party, Ralph.
It's late and you should be in bed.
I will.
And lock your door too. I want you to be safe, Nancy. There's evil here. I can feel it. The devil's here.
Don't worry, Ralph. I will. Good night.
Like, you're gonna die like Crazy Ralph, but it's more like he's running around. It's an albino guy. White hair, but he looks like an albino guy. And he's running around with his, like, sometimes with shears, with something that you could kill a person with, and he's running around the dorm outside. He has a little house outside, and he's always going after Nancy, and he's saying that one girl, and say, "You should go to bed, Nancy." And looking so intensely, like I think without blinking. Yes. Oh, you've got plans. Plants talk to me. I love plants. And then when she's outside, he says, "You shouldn't be outside at night, Nancy." Oh, fuck. And he eventually, okay. No spoilers. No spoilers. Big, and then the negative things. Also a positive thing was actually the twist, the ending. So the movie actually starts, and I forgot this, is a quick shot of the past, and you got a bunch of college girls, you know, screwing around, and one of them falls from the balcony, is dead. So it's a revenge motive, right? That's what we all, and then that's the only thing that and then they go, and then the synopsis, right? What I told you, and also there's a few positives too, but like a lot of people would say this is just shite. But if you I've watched a lot of slasher movies, 25 years long, and even still I'm finding new ones from the 70s and the 80s, and Jesus, I'm also gonna do the 90s, if this is what you guys like. But it's actually my main thing, slasher movies and found footage movie. Do a few others too, but yeah. Also a positive is the twist ending. Who is the killer? Yeah, and yeah, that's also a positive. Yeah, because I didn't know. You, You have a few red herrings, but like Ralph, uh, the one that's not too much on screen, the house mother, a few of these feuds between students, but I knew who the killer was because it's, if you think about it, it's obvious. But the second killer, that's something different. Yeah. So it's cool, right? Two Santa killers, and that was something they did. I didn't know if that's been done before. Like Scream, two killers. This movie has two killers. Okay. Oh, and the last thing, like I said, a lot of people gonna say this is batshit crazy. There's one of the students at the end of the movie, maybe a little spoiler, but that is for some, I think she took LSD or something. I'm not sure. You don't see her taking that, and she starts no 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 dancing and pirouetting all through the dawn. And meanwhile, I believe she's the final girl. Let's just, yeah, that's a spoiler one. There's another person, a final person, but that I won't spoil. But she's should have said final girl. Is hunted by the Santa killer, and for some reason the Santa killer doesn't pay attention to the dancing, pirouetting other college young female. He's just, she's just like, no, 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 past the killer. Why? And even at the very end, that girl, she's then on the balcony. No, 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 no. And I'm guessing she's gonna fall off the balcony at some point. But that was weird, but entertaining. Yeah, it kept it light. Negative. One of the negative things was, oh yeah, another positive. Like I said, a lot of kills in different ways. Knife, axes, things like that, beheadings. You do have, and that a few good practical effects, and then going to the negatives, and a few bad practical effects where you really see it's a puppet. That the puppet thing turns me, that doesn't turn me on. I mean, no. It's harder to do the practical effect on a real human, putting an axe or something in their head or whatever, a poker through their eye, and I believe Santa also uses a bow and arrow or crossbow. I'm not sure. Um, it's been a year ago that I watched this movie. I actually reviewed this one before, and I gave it a 5, and I'm giving it a 5.5 because I rewatched it again weeks later now. But it's still, yeah, it actually surprised me that I actually think it's fun. It, but the negatives, okay, the bad practical effects. You have good and bad ones. Um, then something, there are only two things that basically were irritating. The three things, like the few bad practical effects, then and that's cheap. That's just being extremely cheap. The movie is a low budget one. The when they couldn't afford nighttime shoots. They didn't have lighting, so it's so obvious. The blue screen they use, but they are actually filming at daylight. And like I said, at some point they know that the boyfriends would be coming. They go through the patch of woods, the girlfriends, and wait on the plane. I see the plane incoming, and you even, I mean, there is a Ralph is there, of course, and he's like, "You shouldn't be here, Nancy. Not at night." Okay, while he says that to Nancy, you've got the glare of the sun in her face. She actually couldn't. She was, "Oh, don't, no, it's not. Don't be so serious, Mr. Ralph." From the sun. Oh, I don't like that. Also, the burning does that too. In when they're in the woods at where they're camping out. Not in camp. They use real darkness in the camp, but yeah. But only for one scene. Yeah, and here it's almost constant. I mean, the killer kills a lot of people outside too. So that's something. And then the last thing, at some point, of course, they call the cops. Sorry, there's one other thing. The movie kind of, it's weird. The movie, you have kills, 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 and then half of them are killed, and then the other half, and it stops there, and they're just sitting on a table eating breakfast and waiting for the cops. And the cops, they're, I don't know why they're saying, it's obvious. I mean, you have an airplane, you can get the fuck out with an airplane, you can get the fuck out with cars. Okay, that cops they're coming, 2 cars, I believe, the lieutenant and 2 of his detectives, and from homicide, and the guy says, "Yeah, stay here, but I'll put 2 detectives," because they say, "Yeah, I don't know what their excuse was." So that's a little bad. Then the other thing is the lieutenant goes out of his way outside to say, "Listen, because it was the dormitory was actually for richer people, He says, "You got a lot of kids with influential moms and dads. Don't have sex with them, okay?" And the thing, of course, is one of them at least fucks immediately, takes one of the sluttier college girls and goes upstairs and fucks her. Yeah. Oh, that was so. Why would you do that? And the other one's outside getting killed. Okay. So like I said, the movie is fun, cheesy. You got a lot of different kind of kills. It is a rip-off of multiple slasher movies, names that are even used from other, because it's 1980, but yeah, the Friday the 13th, the first one, came out in 80, and Crazy Ralph. Now, I'm not sure if this came out before Friday, but I, there are too much things that they're ripping off. Like I said, the Black Christmas movie, and that's one of my top 5. So yeah, I'm not a fan of Silent Night, Deadly Night. Although Silent Night, Deadly Night came later, so they didn't rip that off. Oh, yeah, that's true. I'm thinking it's 1980. We're going through the 80s now. And as not an 80s, I'm not a big fan of Silent Night, Deadly Night movies. I was already going to say that, but that's why I didn't remember the date as so much. But I think it's later on. But the good thing is, it's somewhat of a gory slasher movie, although you have a few stupid practical effects. But you have a few good ones. You've got a good twist ending at the end that, oh fuck, and the killer is maybe obvious, but the other killer isn't. So, in my opinion, I didn't know. You have people that know immediately, but and for true, but this movie is for true slasher fans. If we're a slasher fan who only wants, you know, quality of the franchises, you know, for Halloween, Friday 13, and Nightmare on Elm Street, and those are all Child's Play, don't come looking for this one. This B, low budget, but that makes it kind of fun. Yeah, some characters can act, like I said, but there are like stupid decisions they make. But okay, so that being said, I've seen it now times actually. 5.5. A 5 is, I only see it once, good for a one-time watch, and I recommend it for at least a one-time watch. Go check it out. I think it's free on YouTube later.